We can hear the kids in the background. That's always fun. Well, I doubt there's gonna be anyone. What's going on? What's up? Well, you're meowing. I wanna know what's up. Little kitty. Okay, so I'm gonna start because I got some updates and, well, they're kind of important. Why did you lick my hands? Okay, got my cat near me. Well, the one update, well, I actually got many. I just keep forgetting about them. I got vaccinated Monday morning. It's really cool because I was expecting to be like in a lot of pain and I didn't feel a thing. So I'm actually pretty glad that I didn't feel anything. Because I would have been way more stressed. I was super tired because the bunnies kept me up almost all night. I only had like less than 5 hours of sleep. It wasn't really fun. But I got vaccinated, and the only thing that has like happened is my left arm actually like the muscle was like sore, but it's like today I can move it and I can like do more stuff. Other than that, no other side effect at all. Like I'm completely fine. And for someone like me who can get very easily sick, it's surprising. Neighbors are doing weird stuff, sorry. But yeah, I'm actually like very happy that I got vaccinated for COVID and I didn't have side effects or anything like that. Plus, like I said, like the nurse was super nice, and when I got ready, like mentally ready, I was like, oh my god, there's gonna be so much pain. I have like to be ready to feel the needle in, get in and all that. But no, I didn't feel anything. She just squeezed here and then was like, okay, you're done. Like, what? Because I've had vaccines that were hurting a lot, but this nurse did a perfect job, and I'm super glad about that. The other update is, well, I didn't do a live stream yesterday. It was on my schedule. However, we lost the power 4 times, and sadly, because of this, before noon, I played Minecraft, and in the middle of a break, we lost the power. When I reloaded, when we got the power again after like 30 seconds, I reopened my PlayStation 4, well, turned on, went into Minecraft, and they said that my save was corrupted, therefore it was gonna be deleted. I passed the last months on that world. It's kind of making me angry because I had I had 2 houses. I had started a railway system to have like to go from like town to town or from my house to a place further out without getting lost, because I don't know how to use a map in Minecraft. But yeah, I lost my Minecraft world. I had like a lot of stuff in there, and yeah, I'm sad. But then I wanted to create... Jesus, that was big. Bug. I wanted to create another world, And then we lost the power again. So I just turned off my PlayStation and I just went into my room. Because I was like in the middle of creating it. And boom, we lost it again. So we lost the power 3 times and it lasted like 30 seconds to a minute. But then after that, it lasted over an hour. And by that time it was too late to do the live stream. So I just couldn't do it. Oh man, it just wasn't the right day. The heat and humidity was unbearable, and it really wasn't a good day to have all of this going on. Plus, in the last days the rabbits have been, well, they've been doing fine. That's the thing, they've been okay. It's just they started to change the schedule. Waking up at you know, like earlier than 4 a.m. and Pepper bites the bars to open the gate, and she does it because she knows that how I open the gate. Problem is she's on the other side, so she can't really escape, which is good. Today, me and my brother went to the pet shop where we usually buy the hay and, you know, toys and all that. We saw, but it was another one that we never went to. It's actually closer to our home. We went there to get some stuff for the rabbits for the month. We also got new food because I couldn't find the size that I wanted. It's from a brand that I already know, except it's a bit different, but it's CUNY Junior, so it's for young rabbits. I also saw 2 rabbits that I fell in love with, but my mom said that we couldn't have more than 2. And I have to be reasonable because, yeah, she's right. But what I did see is a bigger cage. Now this one is by Living World. It's even like larger in length and it's higher, which means the rabbits would have more place, except it's a 165, which I think we paid less for the one that we have already. We would keep this one, but we would change it for a bigger cage. I do want more rabbits in the future, but I'm gonna have to wait. The cage will still be, you know, useful when we get new rabbits or stuff like that. My brother wants rats again. My mom doesn't want to, but I think like it. Yeah, she said like once you guys are in an apartment, I don't mind. Because we already have, you know, 3 cats and 2 rabbits. It's a lot, and yeah, we're kind of like not supposed to have animals. It's mostly for dogs because people in other of the buildings, they do have cats. So, well, I mean, cats are not that much of a nuisance. Can't say that word today. It's so bad, but yeah. However, like rabbits don't really do that much damage. Dogs, however, do with their claws. But yeah, so we did see a bigger cage, and I was like, well, we can still use the other one, but having more place for them, because essentially they will still have like a hiding spot with a kind of like the green mold stair thingy that we have. It's just, it seems to be wider from what I've seen and higher, because my rabbits have grown from what I've noticed. Pepper did something that I never thought that she would do. The cover was up, and oh my god, that's annoying. The cover was up, and I was trying to get food, into the mold, because they don't like the red flimsy bowl that came with it. So I'm using the shape of the bowl holder to put the food in, and they love it. They don't try to bite it, they don't try to fling it around. It's easier for me and for them. So she came up to the balcony in front of where the bowl usually is, and she jumped out. Her jump was perfect. She did not hit like anything, but she did jump out of the cage, and it kind of shocked me because I really wanted, them back in the cage, so I kind of lured them with food. But yeah, she just took control of that and decided that she was going to be in control. Even now, if I open the top of the cage, the problem that I have is that if they really are desperate, they can just hop on like this and try to sniff me and, see what I'm doing, essentially. So they are getting longer. Not only bigger, but longer. But I don't think that they will be any, like, bigger than this. At the pet shop, I saw a Holland Lop. Really freaking cute. And I saw, so like the males and females were separated, which is good. Same price. And but one of the female was like, it looked way too young to be there. But eyes open, and I was doing a thing. However, the Holland Lop was a male, and the other male that I actually wanted was a Rex. They have this kind of velvet look to their fur, and this one was like brown with little spots, like a little bit. Super cute. However, I did not see its tiny face. I only saw its tiny back legs and tail. It was a giant cuddle pile. It was really cute. The Holland Lop was like near the window and looking at us like, what the heck? When I bent over down to see the females, a few of them actually came to see me, so I'm actually glad to see that. They were lion heads, which lion heads are cute, but they kind of look like they've slept for a very long time, and they just look like all, fluffy and messed up, like they haven't brushed their fur. It's actually pretty cute, but it's not the kind of rabbit that I like. But then again, the Rex wasn't, it was gonna be a full-size rabbit, not a kind of like miniature one. So, I kinda, cause I was gonna, I really want another rabbit, but then I decided with the hormones that is going on with Pepper, it's gonna be trouble. I know that like bonding rabbits is very important, and it's like sometimes very hard to do. And I'm not very experienced with that. So before I have more experience, and you know, I have more confidence that I'm gonna be able to handle all that, I'm gonna wait, essentially. But the cage, I wish it came like in multiple pieces, because if it's like the one that we bought, I may not be able to go home in the car. Like I said before, I had half a seat. I was turned on the side, and the cage was taking all the place. I couldn't even actually put my seat belt, so it was kind of a bit dangerous. You know, I don't have a truck. Well, I mean, my mom doesn't have a truck or something like that. So it's a tiny Yaris that we have. But yeah, it's one of the cages by Living World. There's no like grill thingy at the there's no I don't know how to say this, but it's just some type of it's not a pad. It's, anyways, it's a metallic kind of grate. Anyways, oh hey, Ben is there. Yeah, so it's just like imprinted into the bottom of the cage, so they cannot slip like they're doing in the cage right now. They will be able to grip at the bottom of the cage, which is actually pretty good. The cage is bigger, and with the roof being like in an arc, but still being able to open it is gonna be. Today's subject is pretty much updates about the bunnies, which hasn't really changed that much. I've seen a new cage. I got vaccinated and some stuff that's gonna happen in the future. Not much, honestly. That's why the live stream is called Updates and Boring Rants. But yeah. The cage, however, that I saw seemed pretty good for the 2 rabbits that I have now, so it's gonna be less space in my room, but you know, I can deal with it. Plus, the rabbits really need a place when they can like fully lay down, and they do this, you know, around my room when I let them out each morning and each evening, but they don't really like lay down on the IKEA beds. They climb on them, which is good. They try to eat it also, so there's that. But they don't, like, they like to lay down in their cage if they're not playing with toys. But which right now they have moved the litter box and just, you know, are cuddling face to face, which is cute. But yeah, one of the other things that I've looked in the cage, even though it was higher than what I was able to, was higher than my high level. So what I had to do was just go up on my tippy toes and look inside. From what I've seen, there would be enough space for the rabbits to like fully lay down and have the litter box in the corner. And like I said, I can still use this cage. I mean, Pepper does have a rendezvous. Well, we didn't take her appointments yet, but she's gonna have surgery to be spayed or neutered because we don't truly know her gender. I did feel nipples, so I'm expecting it to be female. So all we have to do, we actually called the other clinic, and we just asked them for informations and all that, and they said that there's like 2 veterinaries that they can actually that can do this operation. So they do have like rabbit savvy vets, which I'm very glad of. Also, I mean, they do like, they seem to be helping a rabbit shelter that is in Quebec, from what I've seen. So I'm pretty glad. In the future, for fuck's sake, Ben, I do know that you have nips and you're not a female, but here's the thing. Female rabbits do have nips. The buck doesn't. So Pepper is fully like sleeping, which I'm glad. She's like the troublemaker of my rabbits. Nico's not that much of a troublemaker, however, he does pee in my bed. I was accusing Pepper of only doing it until he tried to do it twice. Actually, he did it once in my bed. I cleaned it, and then he tried again, but I pushed him away. So there's actually one way to tell if your rabbit is gonna pee, and it's the way they position themselves. They lift their butt and their tail goes up. Soon as you see this, either pick them up, put them in the litter box, or like I do a little squish of their back, essentially, and they just jump up and leave to the litter box. So that's what Nico did yesterday. So I'm like, because there's been a lot of changes in my room recently, and apparently rabbits do not love change. If it's too frequent, they will start having anxiety problems and all that. So one thing that I have noticed is when I change some stuff, there's just like a little change, they will start, pooping around a little bit more. They'll try to pee in my bed. They will try to poop also in my bed. So I've been watching them closely, and every time that they start, sitting up a little bit more to just reach around, I actually like push them off and they go into the litter box. I just do this, squeeze them a little bit. It's kind of like tickle them. They leave and just go to the litter box, or the corner one, or the one that is here but hidden, which so far it's good, except when I leave for like less than 2 minutes, Pepper will take the opportunity to go into one corner of my bed and pee. So when I come back, I have a fresh bottle. I've looked into waterproof bed protectors, and apparently Amazon has a few good ones, except some of the reviews are not very encouraging, and I just don't want to pay a good amount of money for something that's gonna rip apart by itself or turn out to not be so waterproof. But like I said, I've been using the vinegar and water solution, and I think it's been helping. I'm gonna try lavender like essential oils. Well, it's not really an essential oil actually, because I thought about doing a spray that is like mixed with lavender oil and water and I think lemon, but I'm not sure. But turns out that you can buy just lavender sprays for your room, pillows and all that, just on Amazon. Um, I have bought a lavender body mist, which it actually smells good. However, like half of the smell just reminds me of old ladies and their perfumes. So I might have to mix it with something else. Another perfume, perhaps. Or I can go for not essential oils, because I think like some of them are a scam. But yeah, the epic lemon. Yes. We don't have any lemons here. That's the thing. I would have to go buy one. Damn it. It's like flavoring that you can add to your like cooking project, art and all that. Like it's something that slime makers on YouTube used to use. Some of them are edibles, others are not. So, but it's a type of like concentrated jelly, like no. If it was lemon juice, it would be easy to describe, but it's kind of a I would need to look up the name for it, but it's in a tiny container, and it's either liquid or in a jelly-like substance, and like I said, some of them is just flavoring to add to drinks or cooking stuff that people do. The Twinkie jelly. Yeah. If it was that name. But and others are non-edible, but it's not like vape juice, because man, that would be stupid. However, someone asked in the Amazon questions if they could add this to their vapes, and everyone, you know, a few ladies answered, no, this is for cooking. It still made me laugh, but it's a type of flavoring, and it's perfumed. You can have like cotton candy, PB&J. There's really like a lot of flavors that you can have, or scent. But I don't want something that is gonna overpower the lavender, because it's really the flower scent that I want. I don't know how the rabbits are gonna react, because they hate one of my liquid moisturizer. I just hope that they love the lavender. Or if they hate it, at least I just don't want them to just go up to me and try to pee on me, because it has happened. It's easy to clean, but like I said, it's not something that I want to stop using because of them. My god, you're so cute. Okay, I'll try to show them. Citrusify them. Tiny rabbits. Hell yeah. But like I said, they have moved the litter box completely to the side. So if we buy, me and my brother, a new cage, we will like half and half for the cost. And like I said, a new cage would actually be more useful, because they would be able to like fully lay down. The way that the flooring is made, they could grip it. as long as they don't try to do anything weird with the flooring, they should be fine. Yeah. Well, I thought the fat they get a new cage. Yes, the bigger they get. The thing is, like, me and my brother thought about the panels and like doing a kind of like rabbit condo and all that, and it would have been fun. Except the more I think about it, the more I think one of my cat is gonna get under there and try to eat them. And obviously I don't want that, because if it's just stupid panels, it's not attached to the floor, it's not attached to anything, so, you know, cats can just go under, or even, you know, I mean, I would close the top off. Just, it would be something else to clean also. But yeah, more space for them means that they will be, you know, more comfortable if I get a job, and I can't just, you know, there's a time of the day that I won't be able to let them out, essentially. But I still want them to be, like, comfortable, because from what I've seen, even though I change a lot of, you know, stuff in my room, they are still very comfortable, you know, going around and check it out. And even like they started oh, Blackie, you know, they started running to one end of the box to the other, to then jump and go on the bed, then turn around, then just go back. It's fun to see. I'm also gonna have to go to the IKEA again for another rug, but this time I just buy a rug. It's just another colorful rug to help them. So, you know, they can run, they don't have to stop, and I am distracted by another cat that I have, which never lets me fully brush him. Oh, by the way, here's a thing about Blackie, which we can barely see. Oh, now you're on the bed. He's the fat kid. This week, I was taking a nap because the rabbits kept me up pretty much, you know, all night. I caught him getting into my room and pissing in the big litter box that the rabbits have. And he did not stop when I called his name. Even when I tried to get up, he did not care. Try to show him. Yeah. We can barely see you, but that's okay. Yeah, so he tried to pee. He actually did pee in that. So I'm like, okay, that's not your litter box. And then it happened again today, but not with Blackie. It happened with Mimi. And not in the litter box, in the digging box. I mean, the paper is absorbent, but what the fuck? It's, I'm getting like discouraged because I had to cover, I have to cover the square litter box of the rabbits so Blackie doesn't get in it, because now I know that he gets in there. And I may have to cover the digging box when the rabbits are not using it, because Mimi will get in there just to do her little business. It was only, you know, a little pee, which was easy to pick up because, you know, it's just recycled paper, so it just absorbs everything, which is why it's also good for heading as a bottom layer in the rabbit's litter box. Except I used it because the rabbits didn't seem to give a shit about this type of paper. And in the end, you know, I don't want to waste hay. I really don't. Not that it costs like super, you know, not that it's expensive, it's not that expensive, it's just, we have 2 rabbits and we have like 2 to 3 bags, like 40 ounces of hay per month. So yeah, they eat a lot of hay. We've had like problems with different textures in different bags. Like from what I've noticed, one bag that we had was like the coarse one. It's like super green. It's pale. It's I mean, I could show an example. This isn't ridiculous. It's like super hard. Like you can take it into your hand and just do this and then it breaks. It was very pale. It's like, I don't know how long they grow it, because the other bag that we had, it was dark. It was mostly like leaves, I guess you could say, like the end of the hay, and they love that one. But then if we take a bag that is the same fucking thing and it's like the coarser one, then they don't really eat it. And it's just, oh, why? We've had this problem before, but like, I just don't get it. It's still like, I'm still looking for the type of hay that they will need in the future, because if you switch too much their food or food, hay, pellets and all that, they might get diarrhea, which is a no-no, because usually when they get diarrhea it's because they're sick, and obviously you don't want to make your rabbit sick. Oh my god, these rascals. But yeah, I know I've like changed, well, the one that we have is this one. It's the CUNY Junior. There's vegetables, and from what I've seen there's also dried flowers, but I have to check, because they say like it's a healthy treat. Wait, what? No, it's food. What the fuck? Oh, daily needs, never mind. Yeah, it's just, I know that if it's too mixed it's not gonna be good. Also, we still have the oxbow food. It's just, I don't know if there's gonna be enough left for the whole month of July. I do still have like money left. I couldn't find the other one that I actually wanted. And it seems like no matter where at what pet shop or whatever I go to, they don't have it. And the one that I'm looking for is the Versale Laga, a CUNY Junior, but it's like these long green and orange food, which was the one that we first got them. They actually really fucking love this. they really loved it, and I haven't been able to find it again. I found it on the website of the Animalerie Dino, but I wasn't able to find it in store. Seems like no matter where or which store we go to, they don't have it. So, you know, that's okay. So I'm gonna mix, you know, this one and the oxbow to so that they're okay. I know that having like mixed and colorful food is not something that they should have, so I'm gonna check, because they say like extra vegetables, and I know that you can't give too much you can't give veggies to a rabbit until like it's 6 months old, I think, from what I've researched. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. So all of, like, technically in July I'm gonna be gone for like 3 days. 3 days, it's not a lot. However, I am very worried. Cause, you know, when I leave the rabbits, it's not like a part of me, you know, it's I don't see them. So if they get into trouble or something happens, like, no matter how tired or angry I can get at them, I never, you know, hurt them, or, I mean, I tell them to fuck, you know, fuck you. This week I did get a little bit grumpy, but never to purposely, like, stress them out and, you know, trying to pick them up and all that. It was just, I was tired, I was trying to fall asleep, the heat was unbearable, I was probably not hydrating very well myself, because hydration, what is that? But like, in the end, it's just I want them back in their cage, and I know rabbits, you know, will do whatever the fuck they want. So I just have to wait. It's just, you know, when you're so exhausted from your day, it just gets annoying. But, however, what I did was play a little game of gently push the rabbit off the bed until they caught on that I didn't want them on the bed that night. And Nico seemed to like that one, because every time he comes on the bed, he's like looking at me like, I'm waiting, do it. And when I try to reach for him, he just runs away playfully, you know, flicking his head, and it's really cute. Like, you can tell that there's no harm done. There's no grudge. But yeah. Oh man. An update that I have to say, because it's really ridiculous. The cats got into a fight. There are 3 of them, and they ganged up on each other like there was no tomorrow. And it's really a really stupid reason, because in the hallway we have my brother's spare bed and like other stuff. Yoru, which is the slim black cat that we have, which is not Becky, fell down and got caught in a sheet. And then she proceeded to growl and be super fucking aggressive because she couldn't get out. Obviously the other cats hear that, they want, you know, they're getting up to her, seeing what's up. My mom frees Yoru, And then they all just look up at each other and fucking start not only growling and hissing, just tapping each other. It was, oh man, it was ridiculous. Like, all of this because she fell in the fucking sheet. It's stupid. Oh my god, it really is. But it's funny. Those cats. But yeah, it's one of the thing that Yoru has done that was super stupid. What I've noticed is that Yoru might need a space for her. Because when it comes to Blackie or Mimi, you know, Mimi is supposed to be in my room, but now that I have rabbits, it's a bit different. So I still want to buy them a cat tray or a, you know, cat hiding space for Yoru, because I bet she would like that, since she hides under the, you know, my mom's blankies, and then she meows because she can't get out. And you just have to lift the blankie and being like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, oh my god, I can get out. It's just, I know sometimes cats are not the brightest, but moments like this is just so dumb. It's really bad. Other than that, there's not like much updates because I love my rabbits a lot. Yesterday Nico was on the bed just relaxing. I was, you know, keeping an eye on him, and he just had his, you know, legs back off of him, just laying down. So I decided to fully lay down me too. And he decided to fully lay down, which means that he had his paws in front of him and his chin on his paws, and he's just looking at me. And I took pictures because moments like this makes me proud. Like, no matter how annoying, no matter how much pee they can, you know, get into my bed, or how much poop they, you know, sheets and mattresses can be replaced, but moments like these, it just warms your heart. But yeah, I do really need more space. I would have to ask my brother. And also, you know, I need to redo my budget for the month, but you know, that's on me. So I have to do a few more things. But yeah, in July, I'm leaving for 3 days. I'm taking the plane for the first time in my life. I'm nervous. Cause you know, you always hear about the bad, you know, stupid people in the plane. You also hear about bad experiences people have had, and it's just, I just want a normal, happy, you know, a good day, essentially, because it's gonna be my first day, like my first time flying. I don't want a bad experience to be like, I never want to go flying again. But yeah, it's one of those. I did say that this month, well, for July, damn it, that I was gonna buy a few Oxbow toys, and I'm still looking. I may do it next month. I may do a new cage review of the Living World one, because technically they still have a lot of toys. Like the toys that I bought last month, they've like they still have it. There's like 2 candy wrapper, those ones from Oxbow. Like this one is still in shape. Now there's cat's hair on it and hay. But there's this one and the other one that they still have. The white one, they completely destroyed it. The sticks with wrapped hay around it, there's still like half of them. They still have it. Plus with the other wood toys that we got them. Bushing Storytime YouTuber. Yeah, I mean it's bound to happen at some point. But yeah, so they still have toys. So I think like I could keep certain amount of money and do a tiny review of Oxbow toys, because they got actually new ones and I want to try a few. I mean, not me, but I want to buy them to have my rabbits try them. That is not the way I wanted to phrase that. Goddamn. But yeah, we got them a playpen, which is kind of tiny. We expected bigger. But like there's the normal price of the playpen, like portable playpen, and then there's the over fucking priced ones because they don't have it in stock. So it's like, hey, now it's $200 and something for something that you can probably find on like Etsy or, you know, other not good. Could have made my life easier, but I wanted like a large or X large to put in the living room. But technically the playpen does fit in my room. However, it takes a lot of place. Like it's big enough for the 2 rabbits to be in there, but it's not big enough to have like a hiding place. It is big enough to have like food, water, you know, a bed. Not the IKEA one, because I tried. And the litter box. That one is okay. And Nico was in the playpen, and I tried to close it on him, and he started a little bit freaking out. So, you know, at the end I just released him. Because it was new. I left it out for a few days, and Pepper pissed on the blankies that I had laying there. So there's that. I ended up removing it. I still have it, like in case that I have to travel with them. However, I'm not gonna travel with them, you know, on the plane and all that. I do have someone who will take care of them. But yeah, like I thought about the playpen because of because, you know, they will get spayed and or neutered to avoid a lot of problems. And I thought about it, you know, being a temporary place for them, you know, a recovery place. But I think that if we do just get a bigger cage. I might just, you know, separate them. That's it. Have the 2 cages out and just be, you know, one in one of them and the other in the other one, because it would be safer for me and for them, because I also didn't feel comfortable with the rabbits being in the playpen when I'm sleeping, just because I thought, you know, I mean, the material is good. You know, they can't bite the mesh, they can't jump, they can turn in circle. Pepper tried to eat the bottom of it because of how it's shaped, but like this would be a temporary like cage for them if I travel to, example, another province that is not too far from here, or just another city and all that. But yeah, like having them in my room, I think it was because the door is open and I thought, you know, if they get out, they'll get out of my room and then that's it. You know, they're gonna be done for. Either that or they will munch on some wires that they're not supposed to. So, yeah, like, I know some people don't want rabbits in cage, and I understand. But for me, the cons are overtaking the pros. And I don't want them to not be safe. And a cage is the best thing for that. Because all I need is a sturdy cage that, you know, cannot be broken into by a cat. And it needs to be something that rabbits won't be like, huh, I can just do this and then, you know, I'm free, kind of thing. However, I have started to sleep with the door closed, so I only have the rabbits with me, not my cat Mimi. So I'm gonna see how this goes, because she still meows a lot. She looks lost. Because it's not that I don't like her, because she can come up to me whenever, but it's just not at night, you know? And it's just, she's acting different. But that may also be because she's going back in heat. She's gonna go back to meowing and squirting, cause that's fun. But oh, that's you. I heard you meow. What's going on with your ears, boy? No, there's tiny spots. Those battle scars. Maybe, maybe. Becky. Mimi wants to be a baby. She is. She still acts like a kitten. She's still like in the kitten mindset, and it's really like, oh, you fat bitch. Oh, Jesus Christ, Becky. You're purring loud. Whoa. Okay, there's fur all over me. Thank you. Oh. Yes. I love you. You're demanding today. I'm gonna have to brush you, demat your fur as much as I can. Also, talking about dematting, Blackie has a long, uh, long fur, and he kind of avoids being brushed. Now, he's a scaredy cat. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Okay, so he's a scaredy cat, and he's scared of everything. You present him a broom, and he's gonna be scared of it. It's that ridiculous. Vacuum? No, forget it. He just goes off. So it's not like I can shave him, because I would have like shaved him. There is a dematting brush that I want to try. And but yeah, no, he hates every fucking sound. And when I try to how I remove the mats is with scissors. So my laundry is done. You know, when I remove the matting and I brush it out, you know, there's a lot of tiny snowflakes. Oh jeez, okay, yeah, that side is really bad. Cause he rarely like lets me do it, and that's the thing. Like, we have treats, we have everything. It's just he's scared of the scissors. Why? Because we have to trim him. The problem with cats with long hair is that you need to trim their butt, because what comes out is gonna get stuck. That's one of the problems that, you know, we've had with Blackie. He's a tiny bit overweight, but you know, I'm trying to help him as much as I can, you know, because I want him to be comfortable. And he's really a loving cat, but also team butt. Trim butt. Yeah. It's just sometimes you have to push Blackie down, take his paws so he doesn't move, lift his tail up, and doing forcefully, because he just, like I said, he's scared of everything. So whether you approach him carefully or not, it doesn't matter, he's gonna be scared of you. In moments like these, I usually like to brush him. When it comes to humidity, oh, it's so bad. His fur gets matted so much, and you know, I'm trying my best. Okay. Bye-bye, Ben. Yes. That's gonna be nice. Oh. What the fuck? I don't know. I wanna see. Okay. But, man, the sun. Yeah, it's so, when he wants affection, like, I'm gonna brush him and until he bites me. Cause sometimes he's like so excited that he turns around and bites. And none of the other cats do this. But definitely this is on my to-do list, dematting Blackie, cause you know, sometimes it goes from being okay to actually being matted, to the point where he can't go to the bathroom correctly, and usually that's when I don't pay attention to him that much, because I got stuff going on. Because Blackie is kind of an elusive cat. We got him actually from a shelter, because my mom was, she felt said, and well, she I can't remember the word, but she just, for her it didn't feel right to not have any animals, and she said that even though she's allergic, she wanted, you know, to take on a cat. And yeah, so we've had Blackie for a long time, and it's just, he got fatter. Yeah, he got a little bit more fat. He's a really pretty cat, really affectionate, but he's dumb. What the? Okay, that may be a wasp. So yeah, sometimes he's gonna like avoid us, you know, he's gonna want his little alone time, and I completely understand that. So it's not too bad. I keep seeing shadows up in my window. There's bugs. Where's the spider when you need it? So for the last like days, I've had a kind of decent size, you know, spider going up and down my window. I'm gonna show you how my window setup is. I have taped around it because some bugs were getting through, and that includes some spiders. Now this one was pretty big. And I know how big they can get due to the balcony being like on my left. I know how big we can have spiders here. And I know it's like, it's Canada, it's not that big, but to have this in my room, I don't even want to think about it. So I saw, you know, that spider going up and down, and I was like, well, it's less bugs, you know, less mosquitoes, and, you know, fruit flies and all that shit getting in, because they can squeeze themselves into the tiny square. Yeah, so, you know, there would be a web. And but the spiders which used to get in, it was like when you remove, because it's not like fully pinned down, by the way, it's just like pushed, but like they can squeeze themselves through, so that's why I put the tape. It's just for my sanity, honestly, because too many legs. But yeah, the rabbits don't really get into, you know, border of my window. Nico did, however. He's like my little explorator. He's the one that's gonna get in places that he shouldn't. Pepper, she's a troublemaker, but she's like, she doesn't feel comfortable jumping from the bed to here. So at least there's that. However, the border of my window is very like slippery for them, and Nico still goes there. So I do watch him, but let's just say it's not a high fall, since there's my curtains that he just, you know, gets down with. I wrap my curtains up to be on the border, and he fell with just the whole thing. But it was a very soft fall from what I've seen. Okay, I've got a message. I'll answer it later. But yeah, so in a week or so, there's still like, has been a few updates, yeah. But I'm glad, because like the bunnies have been doing well. They've just changed their schedule. which means they still sleep like during the afternoon, but in the morning they want more time to be outside of the cage. Here's the problem with that is that they still like don't do shit outside of the cage more often than not. So I'm like, okay, so you guys just wanted to get out absolutely just to lay on my bed or, you know, lay on the floor? No, like playing with toys and all that. But you know, you look at them and the little eyes just do this and like you can tell they're tired. It's just like, okay. One thing that Pepper does very much and very well, she makes noise. Not with her mouth because they don't really make noise. She tries to bite the bars really fucking much. She goes from up and down and up and down, and she's gonna try to break the hay holder, like the thingy that is on the side. Yeah, she's also gonna try to eat the bed that is on the other side of their cage. All of this to tell me, get me the fuck out. Which I understand. You know, most of the time I feel trapped inside. So, I understand how she's feeling. So, I've been giving them more time, you know, more than 6 hours a day out. My sleep has suffered, but like, if I have a cup of coffee or two, I can keep up. It's just I need a nap somewhere. Cause they won't let me sleep. And there's one time where I did fully like fall asleep, cause at like 3 a.m. they wanted out, and I let them out, but you know, I thought they're not biting the end of the walls. They're not doing that anymore, and I can just, you know, they're not pissing in the bed. That's when they just had a streak of not doing it. So I said, yeah, sure. And it didn't take long for me to just fall asleep. I tried turning around, and then I hit just two balls, two furry balls in my bed, and turns out that they were sleeping like next to me. I pet them and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then I turned around and it didn't take long. I fell asleep. They stayed there. They stayed there with me and they were just falling asleep. And that moment really helped me. Because I was so exhausted that I was pretty much just done. I mean, at 3 a.m. too, like, they wake up early enough. But they let me sleep until 8. They didn't do much, except like Pepper was coming up to me to essentially check me out. Pepper, what she does is she's gonna get on me and then go up my chest to sniff me, so her little whiskers are gonna get everywhere and tickle me. When I open my eyes to just see what the fuck is that, she's just gonna be like, are you okay? Okay. And then she's just gonna leave. So, I'm still very happy. But that moment, they didn't do a lot. They really didn't do any mess. It was fun, because the second time I tried it, Pepper had pissed in my bed, kind of, like far away from where I was. And they had pooped everywhere. It was not fun. But, yeah. It's a hit and miss, but it is what it is. I think I've ranted enough. But yeah, like, that's the updates that I have to pretty much talk about. because there hasn't been that much going on, other than like the sales. The sailboats are back. People are sailing. People are, they have these sea-doo and all that. It's fun, but I see the pretty boats again, so that's really what I'm all about. It's super hot. It's summer. It's not fun, but I can't wait for fall. I can't wait for winter. It's so fucking it's really bad because like we've ended winter not that long ago and it was so not good. Like it's hard to walk during winter. It's hard to just go around and not be cold. I might have to find another coat also, cause I ruined mine. So yeah, but I think that if I'm ready for winter, that's gonna be good. Also with the rabbits. But yeah, it's just I'm over summer already. I'm tired of having to monitor the temperature of, the bunnies, keeping them normal. Jesus, what's going on? Oh no, Becky, what did you do? Hey. Yes. I just don't want you in the rabbit litter box, dummy. Alright, I'm gonna brush you, okay, right after. But yeah. I'm just tired of summer. In August. Oh yeah, in August I'm gonna have my second dose of my vaccine. But I also wanted to take a day or two and have a little adventure. So I'm gonna reserve a train ticket for me to go to a few hours away from here and just visit. Hopefully there won't be any like problems, because it's gonna be August. It's close to my birthday, but yeah, I feel like I have to do it. It's not, how do I explain this? I crave adventure, I guess, and it's also a challenge. I want to go to take the train, which I know will be wonderful, because I love trains, to a kind of like village that has a lot of tourists. It's a language that I can speak, so I have no, difficulties with that. Maybe rent a room, depending on what. I may check also the activities to do there, and maybe if the restaurants are open, I would go. And yeah, it's just I haven't really gone on an adventure by myself. I've always talked about, visiting stuff, and sometimes I just go to the city alone, which can be still very dangerous. But going to the city and going to a tiny village is something else. Also because I'm probably gonna have to plan an overnight bag and all that stuff. Well, I think it's a good opportunity. Like, if I'm stuck, it's okay. Like, I'll learn from my mistakes. There's no, like, trouble, I guess. I don't know if they have a motel, because I would have stopped at a motel However, it's like 3 hours of train going there for $59. I think it's a great price for like, it's a special view of the, fuck, I forgot the name. It's not really the sea. Anyway, it's Le Fleuve Saint-Laurent. And you also have, but I wanted to do it, at least try, once during summer, because I know that the best colors and best everything will be during fall. However, during fall we usually have a lot of tourists, so I want to try in summer when not that many people are there. But yeah, and it's kind of like forest pretty much all the way, and I know the price is $59. It would be $119 if I went all the way, like do the full length voyage. However, that's not what I'm doing. They have what they call, it's like a bed and breakfast. Technically, they have a few of them, and well, I'm gonna look for it for them, because obviously I don't want to. Okay, as soon as I reserve my tickets, I'm gonna check if, you know, on this weekend, or, you know, when I'm doing it, if I can have a reservation. And because some of the stuff that I've seen on TripAdvisor, these seems to be like very historical buildings. So I'm hoping to not have a fully modern room. I want a good, you know, old-fashioned bed and breakfast. Like, it's a tiny adventure. But yeah. Plus, I'm gonna have to see what's around it, and from what I've seen, it's a really cute place. But yeah, it's that's pretty much all of the updates. There's not that much going on, but I have some plans. The rabbits will be taken care of, by the way. I'm gonna choose a time that is perfect for my brother to be there and take care of them. And yeah, you know, I am just not there really. I need a cup of coffee. Plus I need to reopen my window. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot to say this before I leave. Yesterday, and the day before that, we had problems with the AC. The temperature was so warm that the AC in the hallway, it triggered all of the fire alarms. It was so loud, it was so not fun. 911 got called. But here's the thing, turning off the alarm leaves a very loud beeping sound. It's not like the chirping of a smoke detector that needs new batteries. It's a constant beeping sound, and it's very loud, and no one is being called. There's no one being called. By the way, the concierge was supposed to call for the container and recycling. It's been 2 weeks. Those two are full. Not only that, there's other stuff, so he needs to call another company, but he doesn't do shit. And it's just, why would you even sign up? Because, okay, you can technically apply to be a concierge for the non-profit organization that owns all of the buildings that we are in, because we're part of a program. And you can sign up to be a concierge and you have a reduced rent. Now that sounds good. But all of the concierge that we've had were fucking dumbasses. Like, they can't do their job and keep up. Like, they seem so disorganized. And I think, Jesus, I should do it. And you know what? I would have a whole fucking schedule planned. And I would be able to keep up with it. You know? But apparently you need to mow lawns, and I don't know how to do that. But hey, I can learn, you know? It's just you need to keep the buildings clean. There's something else. You need to call for recycling and the trash. You need to call also if there's you need to call, I think, Got Junk or any other companies that will pick up old furniture. What else? Some, you know, basic maintenance stuff, but he just doesn't do it anymore, and it's just like, listen, you gotta do something, buddy, because the recycling is full. People will start putting their, you know, bags in front of the container, and it's not good. Because stupid people in the other buildings and all that, they do this in the winter with their trash, which doesn't fucking help in any way. Oh, I hate people. But yeah. Also, the handicapped button downstairs is just off the wall. Why? I don't fucking know. And also, part of the door, like at the bottom of the door handle, which you know, holds and protect the not the hinges, the thingy that turns. Anyways, it's off. Also, it's dangling. It's not good. The building, there should be like a building manager that you can call or someone like that, and say like, hey, there's a few things that you need to repair. The kids last year actually broke the other thing that you could put your key in and open the door, and it would open longer for people in wheelchair or, you know, that have disabilities. So it's very helpful. The kids put branches in there trying to get it to do it. Obviously it broke, and no one ever repaired it, because what's the point? Parents here don't give a shit about their kids. Now I'm gonna say that. And they can say anything otherwise, but they don't look after their kids. And it's very worrying, because you either have the parents that watch their kids from time to time, or is after their kids when they're just annoying as fuck and they keep screaming outside. That's it. Recently, the kids apparently got into the garbage, pulled out diapers, and went to another one of the building to smear what was inside the diapers on a wall. Like I said, parents don't watch their kids here. And I'm saying this as someone who obviously thinks that one of these kids is gonna get snatched one day. And I'm not gonna be sorry. Just like a lot of people drive very fast in a neighborhood that is known to have kids, one of these days a kid is gonna get hit, and it's not gonna be pretty. There's one 4-year-old boy that is left outside, and he goes to the park alone without supervision. Now I know it's like 3 streets down the park. However, it's a 4-year-old boy without supervision. I'm saying that he's either gonna get snatched or he's gonna get hit. And I fucking hate this, cause his mother looks like a fucking drug addict. And I know it's not good to judge people and all that, but seeing how she acts and all that, I'm gonna say that this is an either ex-junkie or still a lady that has a few, and I feel bad for that kid, because I saw one time this kid had a tantrum. And I'm not that good with kids, but I know that this kid was doing it to get attention. And not the kind of attention of like, oh, pay attention to me. It's really, he was craving it out of crying. It's just, lady, take care of your fucking kid. Not only that, but like, he's so small. I'm really worried. And it's not the only kid that I'm worried about in this neighborhood. It's just so many kids are left to their device. Are left, you know, it's out of sight, out of mind. Parents don't give a shit. These kids have broken the door. They play soccer in front of the two buildings, which it's a door and then a path and then a door. One of these days, there's a window that's gonna break. You know, having fake security cameras isn't gonna do shit. And it's just, how can you have so much trust in this neighborhood? I'm gonna say this also. The amount of bikes, kids' bikes, that is left, you know, not picked up and all that, I'm sorry. If someone gets into this neighborhood, they're gonna have a fucking field trip taking bikes and fucking selling them. It's incredible how people can be so careless. And like, some of them don't even get out. Apparently they're not working. And I know what it's like to not be working, but at least if I was a mother, I would always keep an eye on my child. I would even just be outside with them. Make an effort. But what's the point of having kids if you're not gonna watch them? You know? It's just, your kids can start, you know, right now they can get very severely hurt, and you just wouldn't give a shit until they cry their eyes out, and then you go on the balcony to tell them to shut the fuck up. It's just, it's this kind of neighborhood, and it comes to a point where I'm just like, I fucking hate Quebec. I know it's something that happens, and like, it's just, it's not technically like white trash, which is a term, you know, for describing very poor white people. It's just, it's, I guess, the mentality that who gives a shit if I just let my kids, you know, do this. The only thing that I've seen is that when the kids have this, you know, burst of energy that they're so fucking happy, the parents will take them earlier because they're so tired of hearing them scream and, you know, play and all that. And I think there's at least like 20 to 25 kids in total. Some I recognize, some I don't, and don't always recognize. It's just at a certain point, there's some of them that is, you know, that they're getting older, which means that they're being troublemakers, and parents don't watch them. It just, I don't understand. because I do understand that like the parents want their child to, you know, go out into the world and all that, but they don't watch them at all. Not only that, there was a lady downstairs here that used to watch her kids at 7 a.m. only, and then at the evening she just didn't care. I heard, I think her boyfriend tell her two daughters to just get the fuck out and play outside. Yeah. Now, the one downstairs here has a baby. This one downstairs here also has a baby, and they know each other. The two downstairs actually smoke weed every morning and every evening. The smoke goes back into my room because of the poor fucking design, which, when you don't have a lot of fucking wind, you don't have a lot of breeze, it's so bad. And sometimes, oh, it smells so fucking bad. It's, you know when it smells more like a skunk? It's strong. And it's not the Escudese weed that you can purchase very easily. That's the shit that you find on the street. And here's the thing. You have babies. You have, like, other kids. And I know some people will say that, oh, it's to level me out and all that, but I'm like, that's not something... I mean, I guess if it helps with your anxiety and you're still, like, there and all that, except I don't think it's to level them out, themselves out, you know? I guess I feel for the kid. It's just, it's not a good example, I guess, because, you know, they don't work, they don't, they're not trying to, I guess it's my way of viewing people, because when you think about it, I used to be a fucking slob. I used to be just gaming all day long, not giving a shit, not helping my mom or anyone with anything. I know depression is a bad thing, but it's not a reason to be a complete, you know, disgusting and toxic human being. And I've worked on myself so hard to not be a slob, to always, you know, not be on top, but just be there, have motivation, day after day, to hopefully end up with a job and, you know, be good at it. You know, I've found the will to live again. I've found so many things by changing and looking at myself and seeing how horrible I was. And I can blame it on depression or BPD, but that's just... I have to take accountability. And I did. And I now know how fucking horrible I was. But at the same time, I see other people and I'm like... I know not everyone has that way of living, I guess, where they can look at themselves and say like, hey, you've changed, you've made so much progress, you're better than you used to be. Yeah, it's just sometimes I look at people and I'm like, I used to be like this. How can anyone have just stuck with me? And I think I should do a video on YouTube about this, but it's just, taking accountability is very important. You make a mistake, don't blame it on other people. Find the root. Try to better yourself. And I know that it's just something that, you know, people say and it has no meaning. But when you think about it, when you get older, there's one thing that I thought about, and it's, what is my legacy? How are people perceiving me? How are they seeing me? Why are they staying around? You know? And I realized that life is too short, I guess, to be a toxic fucking cunt. So I took accountability. I took months of looking at myself and looking at all of the mistakes that I've did, all of the hurtful stuff that I've said. And I know I can still be like that a little bit. But I have to look at myself and say, do you really want to say this? Do you really want to, think that way? And no. And I have to look at how much I've changed. And it's, I'm so close. Oh shit, Ben is back. I'm so close to have like so much progress like done that it's discouraging to have people that are how you were before and just them being oblivious to it. I guess that's how it is. I've got one friend that is, severely depressed, and he's very not doing well mentally and physically, and has a friend. I've told him in a lengthy message that I was worried about him, that I'm not doing this to shame him in any ways, because he had gained more weight and he's already overweight, would be classified as, obese. And I know that the bigger you get, the more health problems you can have. And I know that he wanted, to slim down and all that, but I've told him that I'm really worried about him, and that I don't want to lose him as a friend, because I was being very serious, because he's a good friend. He would do the same thing to me, and if not, well, too bad, I guess. Yeah. It's just, I want to encourage people to not be freaking train wrecks. Because it's okay to have, like, moments or relapses where you just don't feel good. You don't feel like you. But then, you make the efforts. Times change. It's going well again. Then you can just go back to be yourself and feel happy. I realize how I can sound sometimes, and I kind of felt like, one of those stupid, those scam artists that makes this stupid video for like, oh, for $500 you can pay this class to have me tell you dumb shit and just find happiness. And it's just, it's not like that. It's a change of philosophy, but you don't need to get into it. You just need to find your ideal, how you want to be and how you want to achieve that. And it's just, if it's just being a good person, taking accountability, apologizing to people that you've hurt, and or getting over the guilt of saying or doing some horrible stuff, because sometimes those people are not in your life anymore, and Also, I was a toxic person, and I chose to leave the person I was toxic to. Yeah, honesty is better than. I know, Ben, that honesty is better than accountability, but you also have to be honest with yourself about the stuff that you've done in the past. And, I used to be someone really toxic, and that person was toxic to me back. And it came to a point where I wanted out. Even if I thought that I couldn't get out of this situation, of this toxic friendship, I did. I blocked this person on every platform. I told them that I couldn't do it anymore, and I've said my final goodbye. And to this day, I'm not curious about what she's doing or, how far she's getting in life, because I think that if I go back to being this sneaky person, I could fall back into being a toxic individual towards this person. And obviously you don't want to do that. But yeah, I mean, I've had dreams where she randomly show up, but I'm at the time, it's been like 2 years, I think, or over 3. I don't even remember her face. I don't remember the color of her eyes. I remember her hair being dark brown. I don't remember the shape of her face or her teeth or even her nose, how it looked like. So it's just a blurry vision of what this person was. And let's be honest, she just shows up randomly just to spite me, I guess. I know it's my conscience when it's in dreams and all that. It's just but I don't feel the same way that I used to when she would show up in my dreams. Now it's just a blurry vision of the past, I guess, because it's not how it used to be. Oh god. I'm not gonna buy followers, what the fuck? I'm doing this for fun. Yeah, bot raid. Jesus. Ew. It's... I've come to terms with how I was and how this person was to me. I sometimes remember times that I felt happy with that person, but it's brief, and it's just this, blurry vision. I don't really feel as much anger or as much happiness in some of them. It's just, it's a thing of the past. It is what it is. And I'm actually glad that I left that person. It was a cycle of really the most toxic shit you could ever think of. It's not good. It never became physical, by the way. It was all mental. Women, am I right? It's just, when I think back about that time, I know I was depressed and all that, but that's not a reason to do this shit. And no matter how toxic bad friends moment. No, it's just we actually were good friends. We became kind of like sisters, and then it became toxic. Both of us became toxic because we were craving each other's attention, and it's just toxic means bad. I know, but it's hard to describe how it was, because I've never seen this portrayed. It's just, it's hard to explain because of how precise it was. And it's just, I haven't seen this shit, YouTubers doing that, or it kind of, I guess Jennifer's Body is one of the closest thing that I've seen, but even then it's hard to say, describe into words how it actually was. Because you can say someone is toxic and not have the same relationship that I had with this person. That's the thing. You can say that someone is bad towards you, but not have all of these other stuff that we were doing. So, it's a precise toxicity. Your life is different from others, silly. Some people have unique experiences. Yeah, the problem is I don't know how to describe my experiences, Ben. But yeah. It's, I'm sure some people have lived like the same fucking shit that I've lived. It's a very toxic friendship. But it's just, you still love this person and she still loves you. But you have to hurt each other's to feel complete, I guess. It's just, it really wasn't great. But that was years ago. But as soon as I loved that person, I was in grief. But after that, that's what it means to be toxic. I know. Yeah, when I left that person, I was in grief for a while, but then after that, I just had a giant burst of, happiness. I was free of the cycle, and I was just not, I was out of it. I was going back to doing things and not being afraid of having her, text me, being like, where the fuck are you? And we were supposed to do, role playing or whatever. I was able to go on a walk, I was able to game, I was able to talk to people without her getting jealous, I was able to do so many other things, and at the same time, I think that she was able to do a lot of things too. So I really hope that this person has a good life now. Because we were truly killing each other mentally, And like I said, when I left that person, I wasn't afraid anymore. I was out of the cycle. I could just spontaneously decide, hey, I'm gonna go to the mall, or hey, I'm gonna do this, and have this drive for life. And I know that this is something that is normal and something that your brain craves, when it ends relationships and all that. It's something that is apparently normal. Either way, to leave people that are either dumbasses, toxic, or there are people that, are still around, but they've changed. There's some of them that I don't really talk to. They're still in that corner of depression, and I just know that writing to them and saying like, hey, and having a conversation isn't gonna change anything. And I wish I could help them, but apparently I can be sometimes intense. Like I had made one friend during this winter, And turns out she doesn't have the same drive in life that I do, because I was all about working out and being this beast at moving and wanting to do stuff, and she wasn't. So sometimes brutal honesty is important. Yeah, but some people aren't able to handle it, and yeah, they'll feel betrayed and angry, but they will be better in the end. Yeah. Yep. And I wish that some people would get over it and would try to understand. Jesus. That is a giant freaking wasp. The hell? Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know someone who I've been rude to because she was writing to me a lot after a breakup. That I also was going through a breakup, and I was honest with her that that she should write to someone who gave a shit about her ranting about how much her life sucked. And she didn't like my honesty, and it, you know, this person isn't someone that I see as the sharpest tool in the shed. And she just never got over it until one of our mutual friend actually said to her, like, hey, someone with depression does stuff like that. But then I told her, like, Kim, well, I didn't want to reveal the name. I told her, like, listen, I was also going through a breakup, and you have to realize that I know your pain, but you complaining about your life right now wasn't what I needed. I needed to be uplifted, not to have someone complain about everything. You don't have to treat me as just a viewer, silly. I know! You're my partner, but it's... yeah, I don't know, Ben. Oh, and Telecom is over there. I might have to end the stream a little bit earlier. But yeah, some people just will not see the true meaning behind a decision that you make, and that's okay. They can fucking hate you for it, but in the end, you know the truth. You know the reason why you did it. And it's not like you went around someone's back to cheat, or lied about, you know, something that is so not dramatic, but like a big lie. It's not, you know, silly white lies. It's something that you don't, you'll get your ass beat. It's just, don't be an asshole. Just like, I see a lot of people still make like really stupid decisions, or I try to be supportive, but at the same time I'm like, are you sure? Are you really sure? Because if someone like that would have been next to me and said, are you really sure that you need this? Or like, it's like when you buy something, you're like, do I really need this, or I just want it, you know? I would have needed someone like me in the past. Would have saved me a lot of money. But yeah. So, Ben, my only viewer right now, I'm gonna have to end the stream because Intelcom is in the neighborhood and I have a package that awaits for my brother, but he's not there. So, that's what it is. There's a lot of cars around, so I'm not gonna wait around long. Um, hope that it's gonna be cold tomorrow. So, well, Ben is not answering me now. How rude. Still not answering. That's good. Yes, thank you. Now, yes. I mean, we'll talk after that, so that's okay. So, bye, my only viewer.